again. Also for my daughter and her husband, I am making them some soup. I've made them a lasagna, did the bechamel sauce this morning, which was so quick and easy. But I'm making leek and potato soup. And what I want to show you is this is actually an American recipe. So if I go start cooking, can you see it says 12 ounces of leek? So it doesn't matter. I mean, I do know growing up in the UK in the era that I did, I know that there are 4 ounces to 100 grams. So that's 300 grams, but it doesn't matter because the scales are here. So I'm going to pop that in. Okay. Then 1 teaspoon of salt. So I'm just going to actually pop this salt in the top here. Oh, insert measuring cup into mixing bowl. Luke, where are you? 4 seconds, speed by. Then it's asking me to scrape down the sides. There it is. Look at all that beautiful leek. Okay. 1 ounce of olive oil. Boom. Close enough. And 1 ounce of unsalted butter. I think that's a bit below, but that's okay. All right. I'm popping the simmering basket on top. Now, you can see I've got my MC or measuring cup in here. The best way to remove your measuring cup is to look at the spout here. Put your finger underneath there. And oh, there it is, simmering basket. And we have 12 minutes. Let's move this out a bit so it doesn't go underneath the steam doesn't go underneath the cabinets above. Okay, so I'm going to let that do its thing for 12 minutes. Okay, so our leeks have been cooking away there for 12 minutes. And next, I need to remove the simmering basket and obviously the lid. Maybe always turn your lid upside down. And I'm adding potatoes cut into pieces. So they are going in. You can see I'm not so very accurate sometimes with my measurements, but you know, it's good enough. Pop my lid on. And here we are. 4 seconds, speed 4.5. If you're admiring my beautiful, I don't know if you can see the cover of this one, but it is the sparkling white, which I earned as an incentive, which was very cool. All right, all chopped up in there. Look, potato and leek. Now tear that. I am pouring in 20 ounces of water, which I hope I've got enough in here. Here we go. Pinch of pepper. And I'm just scraping down the sides because there's a bit of leek up the top. Make sure all that's in there. And then we're putting the simmering basket on top again. Cooking for 20 minutes. Hey, we are back. The potato, everything in there has been cooking. Oops, I've just thrown water everywhere. Let's just dry that off a little bit. My sparkly white Thermomix. Get that out of the way too. Now it says remove the simmering basket, set aside, pinch of nutmeg, which I have here. Oops, that was probably a big pinch. Okay. 3.5 ounces of milk. This is low-fat milk, but it's just where we're staying, they actually had a bit of milk in the fridge. So use this up first. Okay. Next, 4 ounces of water. Then lid back on, MC in, and we're going to use the automatic blend function on the mode. So just turn that on. Headlock. Okay, so there we are. It says garnish with chives, but really, I just had a really interesting conversation with someone. I'm just going to pour this out so you can see what it looks like. It's so smooth. Okay. So there we go. Beautifully smooth. I'll take a photo of that. But I've just had a really interesting conversation with a lady who is very involved with head and neck cancer and a charity. I think her mother's had some issues, well, major issues, and she was saying how important a Thermomix is in that situation where people can't swallow anymore, and how a lot of people just have, I can't remember. Look, when I worked as a physio, it was Ensure Plus and things like that. And it either goes in a tube into their tummy or a nasogastric tube. And her mother said, I did it for a year, said, no more. I want to do something else. And this lady has 4 Thermomixes so that she knows that at all times, I think they're in different parts of the, different places, different houses and things, but she knows at all times she can produce a super smooth soup or puree, just like we've done there. She said it's like having a chicken yogurt or a sweet potato yogurt, and she makes these for her mum every day. And the fact that, we've just seen how amazingly this blitz is, just in that using that mode. I think it's really awesome. I actually feel quite moved by the whole thing, and that Thermomix can make such a difference to people who are suffering so badly and are just so bored of the same food. So they can try different things. They can have smoothies. They can, obviously everyone's different, but what I'm saying is that life can be more exciting for them. So making a soup like this was actually really important for that conversation. It all happened at the same time. So thank you for watching, and I will see you later.